Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we'll be talking about how to find the best Solana NFTs or the best NFTs in general. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. First things being is on Twitter. You should be here. The reason why you're on Twitter is because it's your fastest form of communication, especially when it comes to NFTs. And some of you might be wondering how that is. If you just look through this thread that Soul Big Brain created for nice 3D PFPs, you just got like 10 plus projects that you can look into and be like, all right, maybe I like the Jungle Cats. Maybe the Jungle Cats, when does this come out? Oh, I just got like some serious alpha and a pretty decent project. Yes, I mentioned this one already, but what about the Wolves Club? It looks all right. It does definitely have decent art. And when it comes to 3D projects, it's sort of hard to like fake these because there's like a lot of rendering. There's a lot of work that goes on. Unirec City, I like this one a lot. I didn't feature it on my previous video just because there was so many different things, but this is a project that I'm sort of looking into. But yeah, there's going to be so many different things that you can essentially find on Twitter. Now, an interesting concept that I also like to do is check what Soul Big Brain is following. And it's not him in particular. I do this like with any person. And the reason why I like to do this is because I'm interested in what they're looking at. So for example, they're following Space Cubs right here. I know it's an Ethereum blockchain based like NFT, but the thing is this is really unknown and it's been around since September 2021, which is I believe like the previous month. And then there's only 130 followers, 0 following. So very interesting that this one is created. I would never have known that one existed. Or you can check Soul Combat. And the interesting thing about Soul Combat, if you check who they're following, you can see who's the tech lead of Soul Combat. And the reason why that's so important is you can essentially sort of vet the people, see what their experience is. So Soul Combat is a very new project, but in some ways, Jordan Michaels has been around since December 2017 on Twitter. This is something to sort of look into in case you want to do your due diligence and make sure that you're not getting scammed whenever you follow a project. But I highly suggest following Soul Big Brain. I feel like most of you are. He's one of like the biggest sources when it comes to getting information on NFTs. The next thing is Magic Eden. Now, the reason why you want to follow Magic Eden is because it's going to be a marketplace. And the number one reason why marketplaces are important is because they're going to be following projects that's going to list on their platform. So for example, you might be like, oh, this looks interesting. What's this broken robot burger bar? Looks very different. What is this? 10,000 on Solana, 13k followers. Obviously, like that's pretty cool. And the art looks very different. Kind of weird with like the hard lines and stuff, but it definitely looks interesting, that's for sure. And I've never seen this project, anyone talk about it either. But it's just like one of those things where you can find early like information, early alpha on projects that you would never have known about. Cyber Pharmacy, this was like a sort of interesting project as well because they plan to do something in the pharmaceutical end, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to actually say what they're trying to do in the pharmaceutical end. I recommend joining the Discord and doing your own due diligence, but it's pretty interesting to say the least. But yeah, serious alpha on the marketplaces and just finding out like who they're following. And the next one's is jumping onto how rare is. Now, I know a bunch of you already know how to look at the upcoming drop section. That's not what I'm trying to show here. I'm going to show you how a whale thinks. And some of you might be wondering like, how do you learn what a whale thinks? Well, one, you have Soul Big Brain right here, essentially a whale in my opinion, because he holds a lot of stuff. And some of you might be wondering like, how do you know what he holds? This shows like the top owners for projects, and you take this address right here and then you paste it into NFT eyes at the very top. I'll leave links in the description in case you guys are wondering, you know, what NFT eyes is. And instantly you can see this is probably the one and only Big Brain's account. And you can see all of his holdings, all the things that he likes. And this is how you can sort of understand the psychology of like the way NFTs are. If you're wondering like, what is the psychology of NFTs? What the heck does that even mean? It's because you will see that in each NFT project, there is a certain community that's going to form. And depending on what community forms around that project shows like who are the holders and what people are actually interested in. All right. It's important to sort of see what people like. That's the important part when it comes to NFTs, because no one's going to buy a project that they think is ugly. Art is subjective and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the art needs to look good. That's like number one. Don't just worry about flipping in price. People need to buy this stuff. People need to actually make this their profile picture, and people need to have like some sort of representation that they actually like this project, because you can't just mint every project and make profit on every single project. People actually have to like what they're looking at, and people actually have to like putting it as their profile picture. For example, I'm never going to get rid of like my monkey profile picture because this thing is my gosh darn identity. It's kind of weird now, but yeah, there you go. You sort of like understand by wallet pasting and NFTIs how things work. And huge shout outs to the folks at Neo Nexus, because they're the ones ones that are powering NFT eyes. Now, the next things being is you can also jump into Solana floor and you can also check token holders. For this one, I pasted it in. It was like C20 right here, C20, the number 4th slot. I pasted it in. And this person likes bone rolls. They like, you know, the Solarians, and they also like soul seeds. And I can sort of get an understanding what this person likes. And they also hold a bunch of Abstratica. I think like the biggest thing for them is probably soul seeds, but this person's definitely playing the long game. And in order to hold like the 39 assets, that person definitely has some knowledge on what they want to do with their life, right? I'm hoping so. Let's go ahead and jump into the next bits, and that's going to be on Discord. The reason why you want to be on Discord, this is going to be Solana NFT Radar's Discord. If you go on their Twitter, you can find this information. I'll leave links down in the description, of course, but you can also see there's different channels. There's going to be the daily mint section, so you can see what people are going to be minting on this Discord server. And most of all, you can also check the red flag section. So people are going to be talking about, oh, does this project look good? Oh, is this bad? And oh my. And getting into projects where you can sort of understand like, hey, what's going on? What's the different information that's like a red flag on certain projects? It's just really important to see like these sort of things. If you can find a Discord server that essentially finds projects that could be rugs, that's insanely important, because like one of the biggest things when you find an NFT and you get really attached, you don't know if it could be a rug. So finding these Discord servers with hidden information, insanely important. Another thing is going here into NFT calendar and just following like their little page right here. If you follow it, you can essentially set up your own Discord server and have like this information flow to you in your own Discord server that you create. And you could do the exact same thing with Solana NFT Radar, where you're essentially, you know, getting like the follow buttons on the daily mint section. It's just something that I advise in case you want to curate information and you don't want to be in a giant Discord with people. And you can also get like their weekly calendars and stuff. Another thing that you could also look into is the Monkey DAO. Right now, I'm going to be showing you like what are some of the features of Monkey DAO. And it's going to be like, hey, there's going to be like the marketplace. We can see like all the sales happening. You can see all the different like reactions. There's going to be listings and stuff. There's going to be a community area where everyone's just sort of chatting. We have like the NFT calendar over here where all of like the weekly stuff. But honestly, this is from like the NFT calendars Discord. But the biggest thing is the scam section as well, where we can sort of see what's the latest movements on like different scams that are occurring. For example, there's one on Technodroids, NFTs on Sol, Eterna Civitas, Soul Chicks, Soul Cities. And it's just really important to find this information. And there's plenty of other channels, but these are the ones that I find like the most interesting. It's really important to sort of pivot yourself into a Discord that has a bunch of information. It's important to really talk to people and get like other people's opinions. You can't find NFTs on your own. You need to work with a community, and you need to sort of understand the psychology of like, you know, NFTs. And this goes into my next point, which is jumping into Discord servers and just being like, hello, like what's like going on here? You can see like chats going like, hello, hi, how's it going? But one of the most important parts is if you can build with the dev. Like, you know, if you ask a question to the dev is actually responding, and people can essentially contribute to the project with their opinions, right? Because the most important part is people essentially fall in love. For example, someone created this uni line right here. Looks absolutely amazing. There's just so many different things that you could do with the community. And there it is. Like there's some interesting lines that you can see right here, right? I like the little lines with like the crowns. I think they actually made like a lion with a crown based off of this, or a cat, I should say. But in the end of it, you want to find like these Discord servers that are thriving with information, thriving with people interacting with the developers. Because if you find a Discord server where it's just like, oh no, like the channels are empty, you know, no one's chatting, no one's doing anything, that can be sort of like a red flag, because you don't know like if things are gonna go like the right way. Because Discord is going to be the hub where everyone's chatting, everyone's cheering on the project. Yes, there is some action that's happening on like Twitter and stuff, but the thing is Discord's even faster for the flow of information. And I think you're sort of seeing like the flow on this like video where it's like you're constantly gathering information on these projects and you're essentially just talking to people. Now I'm going to leave you with a couple of things, and that's going to be of course my Google spreadsheets. I'll leave links down in the description, and I'll also leave it in the comments. And this is absolutely for free. You can essentially see like my thoughts, my sentiments every single day, because I try to be on Twitter Spaces and I try to catch as much information as possible. I also sometimes play scam NFTs myself if I can get the time. And of course, there's going to be like the upcoming NFT calendar that I like to use, and I'll try to update this as best as I can. But my largest piece of advice when it also comes to like finding the best Solana NFTs or just the best NFTs in general is you don't have to mint everything. All right, right? Please do not try to mint every single project unless you're, I guess, going for a flip. But it's really difficult to essentially own multiples of a project because it's so much to keep track of. But most of all, it's also, not everything's a winner. There's going to be few winners when it comes to NFTs. So if you can find the one that's really a winner, then go for that. Always take profits when it comes to NFTs. That's like my biggest and most largest thing that you have to do. Because if you don't take profits, you're going to go broke, and I don't want that to happen. None of my videos are financial advice, by the way, just all opinions and all that stuff. And you can also run projects through Twitter audit in case you're wondering as well. Like, for example, I took Soul Cities right here. They got 13.5k followers. They got 46 like fake ones, but this was ran like 4 days ago. Honestly, like, just because like it has like these fake followers and stuff, and there's so much stuff where it's like it's a copy of Crypto Cities. I don't recommend anyone like sort of minting this project or getting into it. Twitter and Discord, insane amounts of information, and really like Discord is honestly like the most important thing, and just seeing if the devs are active and people are actually involved in the project. Because if no one's talking in the Discord, the devs aren't talking, nothing's happening, everyone's just asking when moon, you should be worried about the Discord, because that is like probably one of the scariest things, because people are only focused on price instead of owning the actual art. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. And just for a piece of alpha, I do like Uni-Rec City. If I can mint it, I'll try. And all of the stuff here, I hope I have enough liquidity to mint it. If I don't, well, I don't. You know what I mean? You don't have to mint everything. I really want to leave you guys with that. Have yourself a fantastic day, and we'll do the giveaways based off of the comments that you guys have. Details down in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciates it. Lets me know you guys want more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.